Hello everyone. So we're going to do a live today on organizing the fridge. The reason why we're doing it is because one of my tribe members we were all talking in our threads that we do in our private group. And she said something about like, are you going to do food prep one anytime soon? And she's like, get all over glass containers and things like that. And I said, I don't think I've ever even talked about like just organizing the fridge. So this is new for us. I'm Corinne Crabtree of Phit-N-Phat.com. And if you are not familiar with me, I lost 100 pounds 12 years ago. Now I help other women do the same thing. You can check out my free weight loss course where a butt ton of women have lost a butt ton of weight. It's at pnp411.com. And if you are one of my members, make sure you let your friends know that I'm live so that none of the members are missing out. Or if you're just one of the PNP groupies, just let your girls know that we're going to talk all things food prep today. So if you have questions about food prep, I always answer questions as I go, and I'll stay on as long as you guys need me to. But so this is how my day rolled. It's been an interesting week, honestly, because I'm training for a half marathon, and when I run a lot, like I just get really tired. Like when I used to just lift weights most of the time and stuff, it's such an easier recovery for me. And so as we're going along and as I'm running more, I'm noticing I need to take like 2 days off a week. And I've always like for the longest time exercised 6 days a week. I love to exercise. It was, I was never an athlete. I didn't know jack shit about working out. I didn't know jack shit about, what you would do if you played sports, all that kind of stuff. So when I did start exercising, I really liked it. So I've always done that. Well, now that I'm getting a little older, I am listening to my body. And so I woke up this morning and I was thinking, because I did a long run yesterday, it was like 8 miles. And I ran with my best friend for 20 years. And she's faster than me, and so and it was hilly, and so it just kind of sucked the wind straight out of me. And so today I woke up thinking I was going to work out today and I was going to do all this stuff, and I was like, why would you do it today? Like, your body's tired, what will exercise do for you today? And it was not going to do much for me. It was going to do more harm than good. So and I was like, we are at the point in training where 2 days off a week is the thing. So I thought, so what do I want to do today that's going to really set me up for a week for success? So if you're one of my members, one of the things I talk about is freaking Sunday is get your shit together, food prep, plan your week, make decisions ahead of time, because the rest of the week, if you're anything like me, you are on the go. And you ain't got time to be trying to figure out what you're going to eat and where you're going to go and where do you need to be and what bag needs to be packed. That's bullshit. So Sundays I use for my planning. So I got up by 9 o'clock. I almost had all the food prep done. And I was doing things and getting, the fridge organized. And it kind of bled over into organizing other areas. And I started thinking about it and I was like, why lately do I feel like I'm nesting? And I think it has a lot to do with when you're losing weight and when you're trying to improve your life, you start if you're one of my girls, you start cleaning up your mind. And the more you clean your mind up from all the doo-doo thoughts about your body and all the doo-doo thoughts about how you need food to eat, through stress and pain and whatnot, you start wanting the rest of your environment to start mirroring what's going on in the head. And so I cleaned my office out, moved furniture today, got my father-in-law was visiting, got him to hang some pictures. The podcast room looks freaking amazing now. I'm just like, oh, look at me. And I cleaned out stuff, and I told Chris, I was like, if we ever buy another binder, a highlighter, or a pen ever again, we should be just whipped because we found so many. So now that I've kind of talked about everything, let's talk about the food prep and organizing and stuff, because I think it's really important first and foremost, before we actually get into the tips and tricks, that we talk about why we do it. And one of the things that I am huge on with my girls is I want you thinking ahead of your week. Majority of us, one of the things that's going to trip us up when it comes to losing weight is we think we're going to do better this week. I'm going to eat healthy. I'm going to make good choices. I'm so tired of being overweight. I blew it all weekend, blah, blah, blah. Now's the time. And so we put all this energy and effort into it. And then some people may even go a step further and actually, well, here's the stuff I'm going to eat this week. And you go to the grocery store and it all stops there. And there's no real planning and real preparing ahead for your week. I have my clients think about, like, you know, when do you need to eat out this week? And if you know you're going to have luncheons and you know you're going to be on family vacations, or you're going to, you know, whatever it is, then what are your mental, like, rules around it going to be? Rules that are committable, ones that you'll commit to, doable, that feel right, and get you the results you want. I'm not talking about like hard, strict, depriving rules. I'm talking about the kind of personal rules you set up for yourself that says, you know what, this is honoring my body, this is honoring my goals, and this is doable, and I will do this. Because I don't like people planning shit that they never really intend on doing. If you've done my free course over on pnp411.com, I think it's video 2, where I talk about, it's either video 1 or 2, where I talk about when you're putting your stuff on your plan, especially in the beginning, you do not have the currency, like you're not rich when it comes to, I can practice fucking up some more. Like, you have to be like, you know what, now's the time to start practicing doing what I say I'm going to do. And that may not always be, like, in your mind, you may think that you have to do all these things in order to lose weight. And so what happens is you plan all this and you do nothing. So you're still not losing weight. Rather than like, all right, well, I know I could do this. I want to think it's not enough, but what's not enough is quitting on myself every week. There's my harsh truth. My reality is I need to figure out what I will do, and I need to get on that, and I need to get on it like a fucking beast. That's what the reality is, all right? So I have my people think about, are you going to exercise this week? Well, damn it, when are you doing it? Put it on the calendar. What needs to happen in order to get it done? Like, do you need to pack bags? Do you need to talk to your husband about, you know, you're going to be late or whatever? And the king ding dong that has to happen is, what kind of bullshit are you going to tell yourself on Wednesday morning at 5 a.m. that says, girl, hit the snooze button. Girl, let's not do it. Girl, blah, blah, blah. What are your excuses, and what are you going to say back to yourself? Because that's where the majority of us fall flat on the planning. Like, some people will do, like, what's in this fridge. People will get all over that. Some of you will, you know, do all kinds of stuff, but you never make your contingency plan for the shit you're going to say to yourself. And that is a key component. And my girls know, because we make you do it all the damn time. So just think about, what are you going to talk yourself out of? And then that's why I think it's so important, like on Sundays, for like me, it is my day that I dedicate to trying to be the best version of me the rest of the week. Because on Sunday, I am highly motivated. I got my own back. I know what the hell we should be doing all week. Like, I am the ruler of the roost. Because I know how I want to feel by the end of the week. On Wednesday and Thursday, I'm not that person anymore. I am like, who the hell are you? Your period came. You're like Tasmanian devil now. So I need that plan. And I always think, if I'm trying to deviate from this, the person with my best interest in mind created it. What would she say? That girl on Sunday, what's she sitting there thinking? Like, no, we can do this. You're just tired. You're just used to using excuses. You're just stressed right now. You're just bored. Feel that, but you ain't got to eat. You ain't got to break this plan because of it. That's just a feeling. And saddle up, Missy, and get on board. And that's what I do. So I encourage everybody watching this that if you don't do Sunday planning, I know this is like late in the day, and a lot of you can't just do like, hey, I'm going to go do a food prep right now. I mean, some of you could. You could just run to the store right now and easily get it done. But if you can't, the one thing you can do is get out a piece of paper. You don't need a fancy planner. You don't need anything other than, on Monday, this is what I'm going to do. I tell people all the time in my tribe, you're fixing to get some new information on this. This is all part of the overeating program that's coming out at 1st of September. But this is going in. It's our 24-hour golden rule. So when you get off plan, the very first thing you need to do is you need to create your 24-hour plan. So I know a lot of people watching this probably, effed it up all weekend, blew it up all weekend, overate, overindulge, whatever it is that your brain is screaming, I'll never be able to do this. Where do I even start? It's too hard. I know, Heidi, September is going to be awesome. I'm just saying. Y'all should see what I got planned. It's so good. Anyway, don't want to get off a tangent. But, so what I want you to do is I want you to think, okay, I'm getting out a piece of paper and I am going to plan my next 24 hours. What does the next 24 hours need to look like? Not all week, not anything else. This is when people say, I went off the rails, or when people say, I'm off track or I'm off plan, forget that shit. Just say, no, I'm choosing to get back on plan right now. And I don't have to plan a whole week in order to do it. You know what I need to do? I need to think and take care of my next 24 hours. So that means tomorrow I can eat this and this and this. I know I can start when I'm hungry and stop when I'm slightly satisfied. I know I can take a walk tomorrow. Here's all the things I know I can do. I can drink my water. I can be in bed at a certain amount of, at 8:30, 9 o'clock, whatever it is. That's all you got to do. That's all. And then guess what? Tomorrow night, when you're feeling a little bit better and a little cleansed from the weekend, you make another 24-hour plan. And you just keep doing that until you are ready to get the momentum catches up, but then you do that until you're ready to plan more and more and more. Baby, you can walk around. It's not going to bother me. My son's just walking around. He likes to walk around. Let's see. And Heidi, you are the very best. Mandy and I were just talking about how much coaching you give us, so much information. Thank you, Mandy. All right, so let's look in the fridge. Let's get into organizing that food prep. I don't think it was Mandy that wanted, I can't remember. I hope she's on here. One of our tribe members was like, oh, please. It was Julie McDeal. I think that's who it was. She was like, will you please talk to us about organizing that fridge? All right, so here's mine. Now, I want to say, not everybody in the world has the landscape I do. I totally get that. I used to do even more food prep than this. This was back when Logan was gluten-free and casein-free. I was a figure competitor, and Chris was doing his normal thing. And I had a fridge half this size with double the amount of food. So I feel you. The thing about it, though, is not going in thinking, I don't have enough space, so I'm just going to cram shit in. It's more about thinking about, let me see how I can make the best use of my space. And the reason why this is important is because people who, I promise you, when your food looks a little pretty, and it looks a little organized and stuff, you're just a little bit more motivated to get up in there. There's a sense of, at least for me, there's a sense of pride. There's a sense of look at me. I'm over here organizing. I've got my labels turned around. And I am going to tell everyone in here, I am not OCD. I have never been. My husband calls me a clutter bug because I tend to just pile shit. He always knows. He's like, this is your side of the bed. Look, there's all your shit laying there. And I tend to do that. But I am practicing learning how to not be that way, because I find that when things are disarray, then I'm acting in disarray. So the first thing that I highly suggest people do is glass containers, or let me get the other ones. These guys, they look uniform. Most of the magic of an organized fridge, seriously, is matching shit. That's really it. This is cheap and can go anywhere with you. I have a ton of it. They've got round containers. These are, they're one container. They're not sectioned off. They have sectioned off with 2 and 3 compartments. So you can get almost any kind of flavor you want. I like these for when I travel and stuff, because they're like $11 for about 20 of these things, and you can just toss them. They also look really nice and stacked when they're in your fridge. So if you don't want to go to glass and you really want to do something cheap, here's the route I would go. They are, if you go to my, if you're wondering where can I order these, everybody always wants to know where can I go to these. Thank you, Leslie. You are on top of shit. I'm telling you right now. Judith, are you watching me while I'm gambling? Oh, I'm so jealous. I hope you're playing Wonder Woman. That's my favorite slot machine. And tell your mama I said hello. But this is the other one. This is Pyrex. I just get this at Kroger. I watch for it to go on sale. Every time these things go on sale, we buy them. I think full price, they're $4.99. Maybe $5.99, but I think they're $4.99. That's not bad. And we have about 20 of these. So what I wanted to do was buy enough to where we could do, at least 5 meals, 5 dinners for me, my son, and my husband. We may have more than this. And then I wanted to make sure that that I could do my lunches. And so we do these. And so they're easy. Now, what we do when we food prep is, here's how I start my week, or my food prep stuff. Whatever day I'm going to go to the store, the day before or that day, whatever, I say, Logan, what are you going to want to eat this week? And he tells me what he's going to want to eat this week. And if he's like, I don't know, and I don't just pick something, then I do. But he knows the deal is, if I pick, that's what we eat. And if you pick, that's what I cook, and that's what you eat. We don't have a lot of well, I don't really feel like that tonight. If that doesn't fly with me, it doesn't fly with anybody else either. It's like, well, you don't have to feel like it. You know what you can do? Take note that this is not what you want to eat tonight. So next week, you don't put it on the menu. And when I ask what you want, you'll tell me. And that has been magic. And there's no drama, no bitching, no moaning. Now there was some in the beginning, but you have to be patient. Rome ain't built in a day. So if your kids are the kind that are like, whoa, then you just say, you get to place your order today. And I'll make anything you want. I make Logan anything he wants. He does not have to eat like me. Nobody has to eat like me in my family. So I make all kinds of meals. This is ground bison and mushrooms. The ice is chunking out. And it's gluten-free pasta with marinara. I buy the jar of marinara. I do not make my own. I'm not Betty Crocker in that terms. I mean, I may do a food prep, but I try to buy as much already done as I can. I sauteed the mushrooms. I sauteed the beef, stirred it all up, portioned it out. So he has these. And what I also did was I bought myself at Kroger. Now, no, not everybody has Kroger. Is riced cauliflower. So mine is exactly as his. I just split it, the meat and the meat, marinara, and mushroom stuff. I just split it into 2, and then I steamed the bags. They're just those steamer bags you throw in the microwave of cauliflower, and then I also did one of broccoli, and then I tossed mine with cauliflower, rice, and broccoli, and that's my mixture. So these are mine. So these will be my dinners this week, or I'll do them for lunch. It just depends on what, do I want this for dinner or do I want it for lunch? And then I'll put a little bit of Parmesan cheese on it and stick it in the microwave and just cook it up, and it'll be delicious. And then, because he wanted a little variety this week, he didn't want to eat pasta every single night. He also he loves barbecue. Thank y'all for loving my hair. It may be going back to blonde. We haven't decided. I may be putting it back to blonde on Thursday. Everybody will know by Thursday night whether I'm still purple or going blonde. He wanted rice, and he loves barbecue. So I just bought barbecue at the store. It was already done. Like, I could make some in the crock pot and stuff, but I didn't feel like it. So I just bought some barbecue that was already done. I made him some white rice, and I seasoned it up a little bit. And then I took a bag of frozen lima beans and cooked those and put some grass-fed butter in there. And then he has these bowls. So we have, he's got this, and he's got the pasta bowls in here. The other thing he has is sushi. So he has 2 sushis. He'll eat one probably tonight, and he'll eat one tomorrow. Then he'll start in on all this stuff. And so, unless I eat one of the sushis, because I like sushi. Every now and then I like to pop one down, and he's like, did you eat my food? I'm like, yes, I did. If I buy it, then I will eat it. But I always tell him too, it's like, sometimes you grub on my stuff, and mama don't come around the corner going, did you eat my food? And so I've been trying to teach him, like, we share in this family. We share. I also bought containers of berries, because I like to do berries in the morning. If I do oatmeal, or sometimes I mix berries with those dried chickpeas and pumpkin seeds and stuff, and I pour cashew milk over it, just depending on what I want to do. Sometimes I do, like I said, I just put it in oatmeal. So I've got bunches of blueberries, and he likes to snack on blueberries. I also well, I can't reach them, but there's pomegranate seeds. I get them already done. It's more expensive, but I don't want to be messing with pomegranates. I have no desire to do that. So I buy those. And then my other meal this week is going to be, so I have the one, then I'm going to be having salads. We always have a salad bar in our fridge. Always. My husband loves to do salads at night. Last week he did rice bowls. This week he wants to go back to salads. So I bought chicken that was already taken off the thing at Kroger because this just saves time. Anytime they have these, that's what I get. I'm like, woo, that's one less meat to have to cook. So I grabbed the chicken. I also, Kroger right now, I know y'all probably, like Kroger should give me a sponsorship. I've mentioned them 500 times. This is sriracha, I think it's called poke or poke, I'm not sure, tuna. I love this stuff. I put this on a salad and I just have them, I tell them how much I want and then they put it in a container and they portion it for me. So I bought a couple of these and I bought a little thing of Cajun shrimp that was already done. So this will be on another salad. So this is how I get variety. I'll have variety in my meat all week long. So I'll have chicken, I can have the ahi, or I can have shrimp. And so there we go. And then my husband, I buy these for him. He just cuts up, like he does like a Cobb salad. He just cuts this up and puts it on his salad. So if you see, all the glass containers are over here. And then the other thing that I do to keep things nice and organized is like I love, oh, this is my kombucha that I love dearly. And they didn't have a bunch, so I had to get some pomegranate, but the pineapple peach is the bomb. But I just put all the glass containers and line them up together. It looks organized. All the cashew milk is together and organized. All of the little containers, like all the yogurts, they're all together. They look organized. I also have Logan's juices over here, all together and all organized. And on the side we have like just our condiments and dressings and things like that are all on this side, and water bottles and mess. But this is, I mean, really organizing your fridge is just about grouping things and just putting it in there together. Rather than like jamming it in there, putting it in there together and like stuff. And I will say it makes it so much easier for my son. You know, a lot of you know he has autism. And so like the more we do things that are organized, then the easier it is for him to find things, search out what he needs and what he wants. So that's how I organize a food prep. It's pretty easy. And then this bottom drawer down here is the salad bar. And we just have celery and cut up tomatoes and cherry tomatoes, bunches of avocados. I buy these salad bags like nobody's business. I buy hard-boiled eggs. Now, most weeks I do my own eggs. This week I knew I was going to have company, and I knew I was going to do, you know, I had a lot of like work and stuff going on. So I didn't boil my own eggs this week, but most of the time I do. Kombucha is it's a fermented drink. It's just good for your gut health and stuff. It's got probiotics and things like that. It tastes good. Now, I like the taste, but I'm warning you, unless you love the taste of sauerkraut, you probably will not love kombucha. It has a strong flavor to it. In fact, the other day, I had my kombucha lined up at the top, and one of them froze, and they have to be in glass. The thing exploded in my refrigerator. I had glass and kombucha everywhere. So I had to, and I just literally last month when we did the free challenge for everybody for the weight loss challenge, I had purged my refrigerator and cleaned it from head to toe. And then I ended up having to do it all over again. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? But so it is. My husband opened it up and he said, man, the fridge stinks. I was like, that's my kombucha. So, all right, let me go answer questions. Let's see what you guys got to say. I know a lot of my ladies are saying hello. Hello, everyone. How do you get on this plan? Kim, the first thing I would do is go to my blog site. I'm a podcaster. I'm a blogger. I've been blogging for 10 years. I've been podcasting most of this year. There's a ton of good episodes. And I've got several food prep episodes. It's pnp411.com. So if one of my girls will type it in, that'd be super helpful. You can go there and take my free course, and that will get you introduced to my system and my method and all that kind of stuff. I only open my tribe every few months, and we just had an opening. We are not opening again until October 15th. But what I tell people all the time is do the free course. So many people lose weight on it. There's girls in here right now who did the free course and lost weight. Then they did my free challenge, lost more weight. and they're still going. Some of them are going to join the next time. Some of them are just going to keep going on their own. I offer lives and podcasts and my free course because I want people to have the opportunity to lose weight. So it's all there for you. Let's see. Watching you prepping food, running my Instapot, and getting ready to kick butt this week. Way to go. Amy, your name just kills me. Amy Penny. I don't know why, it always makes me giggle. You are so right on the glass containers. They're best for salads and veggies. Yes, Lisa. One of the nice things about the glass containers too is you're going to get longevity out of your food. So if you keep fruit and you keep salads and you keep like your hearty vegetables in glass, they will stay fresher way longer because glass doesn't breathe like plastic. Plastic will ripen it faster. The other thing is a lot of my girls, like I have a salad bar in my fridge because when we eat salads, we're at the house. We don't need to do mason jar salads. But a lot of my girls do mason jar salads, which is a salad in a glass jar. If you do not know what that is, if you go to pnp411.com, look on blogs and then search mason jar, and you will find, I think I have a video on how I make one. This was back, I think I even had long hair when I did this one. I have a video on it, and I have some recipes and stuff and some links to other places where you can do that. Let's see. Pyrex website. First time buyers can get email for % off. I got 9 pieces with lids for 14. Ooh, I need to do that. I need to figure out, because I want to get more Pyrex actually. I would like to get to where we don't have any plastic, and the only plastic I have is those black containers for when we travel, so that I can just throw it away if I need to. I love those containers for traveling. I do rubber band them, just to let you guys know, because sometimes the lid could pop if you're not careful, but I do rubber band them when I travel. Let's see. Everybody wants me to go blonde. All right. I like blonde too, to be honest. I like both. I could go either way. I took sugar out of my diet this past week, and I've been feeling great and haven't been craving much, so I'm glad. But I feel like now my body looks for sugar and things, so I do eat fruit. So my brain is working to find more natural sugar. Anything you can recommend? I just honestly, Rebecca, stick with it. My biggest recommendation is make sure you're getting plenty of fat in your diet. As you cut sugar, get your fat up. Make sure that you are also getting plenty of vegetables. That's another big key. A lot of times when we're craving sugar, it also has something to do with us craving macro or micronutrients in all the different vegetables and stuff. And so if you eat, like if you're looking for sugar, if you eat like squashes and you eat tomatoes and you eat butternut squash, spaghetti squash, carrots, parsnips, things like that. If you start using some of those things, that will also give you a little bit of what you're looking for sugar. But guys, if you've been eating heavy duty sugar, no fruit or vegetable in the world is going to give you the same mega dose hit of adrenaline or dopamine that sugar, like just sugar in a ho-ho will. They're engineered to light you up like a blowtorch. A carrot is not going to do the same thing. It's going to be like, I mean, it's like you remember those firecrackers we used to have where we would throw them on the ground and they would pop? Like, that's a carrot to your brain. A ho-ho is like, I just shot up a rocket from NASA. That's the difference. So I would just stick with it and know that it's not going to take very long before your brain starts like not wanting it anymore. But you got to not give in and start giving it a little bit, because it'll be like, woo, just a little heroin? Hell no. I'm going to keep begging until you give me lots of heroin. And that's kind of what it's doing. Let's see. Where do you get it? The kombucha, I get it at Kroger, just in the organic section. Kombucha's like every Target has kombucha. I mean, everybody's got kombucha now, so you can find it. Synergy is a really good brand. They make. I love the Synergy has a flavor called Trilogy, and they also have one called Ginger Aid. Both are delicious. What is the size of those Pyrex? I don't know. They're just the round ones. They're round like this, and they're about this tall. So if you go, you'll see them. But I don't know what the dimension is. I just know that they are handy dandy. And you can reheat in them without worrying that you're leaching plastic into your food. When do you drink your kombucha? When I like it. I don't have a certain time. Sometimes in the mornings I'll drink it after workout because it feels crisp and refreshing, and I'm super hot after I've worked out and I don't want to eat. Like, I normally do not eat for at least a couple of hours after I work out. And so a lot of times I'll drink my kombucha because I'm wanting something, and I want something fizzy. And then sometimes I use it as like an afternoon treat. Like, I sit down, I drink my kombucha, and I enjoy it. And I have been known to every now and then have it at night in a wine glass. It makes me feel like I'm taking back the wine, or just it creates the ambiance that I'm looking for. Oh, good, Tracy, you're enjoying the free course. That's awesome. I don't know the size of those Pyrex, but I bet if you go to the Pyrex website, you can find them super easy. Do the free course for sure. Get on the wait list. Then join the most awesome group. You will not regret it. Thank you, Robin. Yeah, we have a wait list, guys. So, like, if you did want to work with me, if you go over to pnptribe.com, that's how you get on the wait list. Anybody that's on the wait list is the only people that get, like you get all the information when it comes to getting into my weight loss challenge. And it's a humdinger. The girls last time lost all kinds of weight. I was so proud of them. Julie, Corinne, drinking 78 ounces of water, gym 4 days, and sleeping 7 to 8 hours. Eating only 2 meals a day, and I have not dropped any since the challenge. 13.9 pounds. What else do I need to do? Julie, let's see. Make sure that the 2 meals you're eating each day, that they have plenty of good fat and plenty of vegetables. A lot of times, people get off on one of those things. I'd have to see more details. The only thing I can really tell you to do, Julie, is just, it may be, let's see, this is August, so you probably been 3 weeks stalled, if I'm not mistaken. Give it another week. If not, then I would mix the meals up. Like, if you're eating the same stuff, try new things. If you're only eating salads, don't eat salads. Do something different. Do some soups or something along those lines. Figure out what you can shift up and change around. And then I would just make sure that you're still not overeating. I know people are like, 2 meals a day, how could she be overeating? If you're still eating to where it's full versus satisfied, then you need to watch that. And then just making sure, Julie, that you've got a little bit of protein, a lot of vegetables, some really good healthy fat in there. And then I don't know what you're doing in terms of carbs, but just good clean carbs, good healthy ones. Throw a little carbohydrate in one or both, and I would try that. Kelly, I think some of the girls have posted in the comments. It's pnp411.com to get the free course. Tanya, I buy Pyrex around Black Friday, Christmas. They are cheaper with more in set. Ooh, that's what I need to do. Yes, Tammy, there's a free course. I'm going through perimenopause and have gained 25 pounds in a year. I'm miserable. I eat healthy, but have stopped going to the gym. Please help. Any suggestions? Alexandria, a lot of times when people go through perimenopause, hello, I'm one of the girls. You really have to start watching how much sugar you're eating. I know that sounds like shit, but that's just the nature of the body. As you get older, your body doesn't need as much sugar. It doesn't need the energy. It doesn't need all that stuff. So for you, I would highly recommend making sure that, if you're cooking vegetables, that you're cooking them in olive oil and coconut oil, and that you're cutting out mindless type sugar, mindless type eating. Make sure you're cutting out boredom eating, depression eating, and get back in the gym. Then your body is saying, if you were working out before, I would look and say, all right, me pre-perimenopause, what was my lifestyle like that's different now? What are the differences? And I would parcel that out and try to add some of that stuff back in. And then I would also look at what you're doing now. Go through the free course, make sure you're planning, make sure you're following things. But if you're gaining weight, it's because you're overeating something. I always tell people you're either overeating in quality, quantity, or a combination of both. And that means that quantity is you start eating when you're slightly hungry. That means we don't eat at 3 o'clock because we plan to have a snack at 3 o'clock. It means 3 o'clock we say, are we actually hungry? Oh no, so we don't eat our snack. We wait till the next meal. Quality is where we're overeating foods that don't work for us anymore. So that means keeping a food journal and a log, watching your weight and noticing, I don't have the wiggle room that I used to. Welcome perimenopause. Maybe this food is one that I can do different. So I would just look at that and investigate and be very curious about what you're doing now. and what you're willing to tweak and what you're willing to try different. And I'd probably just start working out a little bit. Don't have to work out like a bandit, but just start moving again. Like, exercise doesn't cause you to lose weight, but no exercise is just not good for you, period. Rachel, I did that with soda. I had completely cut it out and was drinking just water. Then I got a stomach virus and was drinking Sprite. And now I've been craving soda like nobody's business. It's been a real struggle and I'm starting to gain weight again. Rachel, just get off of it. Just tell yourself, is Sprite worth a big ass? Every time you want one, just say like, is Sprite worth a big ass right now? Do I want a bigger ass as much as I want that Sprite? Most of the time, when you like just say things like that to yourself rather than going, oh, I just really want a Sprite, probably won't hurt. A lot of times what we do is we have conversation about stuff in our head, right? We're going to talk ourselves into or out of something no matter what. The problem is the majority of the time you guys are having a conversation on autopilot. You're always saying the same shit to yourselves, like, Sprite sure would be good. I'm probably addicted again. I might as well, it's going to be too hard. I'll start tomorrow. That'll be so much easier to give up that Sprite tomorrow. Like, all of that is going on. Most people never take the time to listen to what they say and then say, like, all right, that's some crap. Here's my real brain. I'm conscious now of what's going on. And here's what we're doing. And here's what we're thinking. And just knowing that you get to control what you think and just saying like, all right, a Sprite equals a bigger butt. How bad do I want it? Versus, sure would be good to have a Sprite. I think I'm addicted again. And it just cons you right into it, right? And so that's what I get my clients to do. Size is on the bottom. Okay. If anybody has my bowl, oh, never mind. Somebody's put up the 18 glass food storage and all kinds of stuff. Size is on the lid. Let me check. Now it's going to drive me crazy. 4 cup. Well, hell, I never even saw that. 950 milliliters, just so everybody knows. All right. It's a 4 cup bowl. There you go. I hate to say this. I'm going to be gassy this week. That's 4 cups worth of cauliflower and broccoli in every one of those. Woo! I planned smart. I've been the same weight for 2 years. I go to the gym 3 times a week and walk too. I've cut out desserts and drink water. I'm 50. Oh, good job, Pamela. Stacy, had 2 cups of coffee for breakfast, turkey sandwich, Dave's Killer Bread, and salad for lunch at noon. Individual bag of Skinny Pop at 4. Cooked unstuffed cabbage rolls for dinner. Family is eaten. You got cut off, Stacy. Corinne, you tell the truth, girl. It has helped me tremendously. You're welcome, Nicole. How do you feel about Diet Coke? Here's my thing, Tammy, on Diet Cokes, and I say this all the time. They're not good for you. I think we all can agree that a Diet Coke blows your butt when it comes to your bone health. It's got fake sugar in it, all that kind of stuff. I don't think anybody's out there going, oh, look, Diet Coke's so healthy. Does it mean I never drink one? No. I have one every now and then, but you know what I don't do? I don't rely on them. I don't keep them in the house. When I have one, it's because I grab one somewhere and it's like a treat. It's like, I'm just going to have one. It's not a regular staple because they're just not good overall. When I'm drinking a Diet Coke, guess what I'm not drinking? Water. So if I have them around all the time, I'm less likely to give my body the one thing that we all know that your body has to have in order to burn fat, which is water. If you're dehydrated, you just cut your weight loss in half. It's not going to happen. So I just tell people all the time, it's like, if you want to have one every now and then, but create some kind of like rules for yourself about, I only have them when I'm out. I only have one with dinner when I'm out to eat. Whatever it may be, if you want them that bad, or get off of them. But I don't tell people to keep them in the house. I just don't think people should keep them in the house. They're just not good for us. And they leach calcium straight up out of your bones. If you are drinking diet soda and you are not weight training also, you might as well say, I would love to break my hip at 70 and like be on a walker and in a scooter the rest of my life. Because lifting weights is what protects your bones. The muscles are like bubble wrap, and the more you lift weights and strength train, the more bubble wrap you have, and it keeps your bones healthy and protected. Diet Cokes attack the bone and leach out the calcium and make them more porous. That means they're going to be more likely to break, snap, or whatever as you get older. So you want to be like, a lot of times people will tell me like, I drink milk to, for my bone health. It's like, screw that. Like, stop. Like, don't worry about that stuff as much as you need to stop doing things that don't preserve bone health. Keep what you got. We all got a lot. So, like, make sure you're doing that side while you take care of this other junk. And Stacy says she's not hungry. Everybody else is eating and she's not. She's not hungry yet, and she is going to wait. There you go. All right, guys, that's it for today. If you want my free course, go to pnp411.com. It will help you with planning. It's all about the food prep stuff. I mean, it literally is. It will help you plan. It will help you commit. It will get your mindset on the right direction in order to get your weight loss started. Well, I guess we're going to have a couple more questions. I'm sorry, I've been the same weight, which is too much. I have not lost weight. With regular workouts and calorie cuts, I want to lose. Pamela, I don't advise anybody to count calories, and I don't advise anybody to cut calories. My whole system is completely different. Take my free course, and then you'll get invited to my next weight loss challenge, and then I explain everything there on how to do it. Also, if you go to the podcast, look for, there was a bonus webinar that I did, and I put it in the podcast, and it goes over my methodology when it comes to how to not count calories and lose weight. Chris, do you know the episode name of that one? It was right around, huh? Yeah. If you want to, my husband's in the other room. He's going to get the name of the podcast, the episode. But if you go to PHIT.click/podcast, you'll be able to find my podcast easy. All right, guys, you're going to have to quit asking questions because I got to get off here real quick. Let's see. Rose, I love drinking water. That's all I drink, but now I have to take water pills. Woo! Well, do what your doctor says for sure. Peggy, I just missed this. Is there anywhere I can view this? Peggy, if you go to my podcast, I always release this week's live on the Saturday podcast, and then Friday is the podcast that I do with my co-host, where we do topics that you guys have never heard. So you can go there. You also, once I finish, you can go to the facebook.com/PNP girl page, and the live will be stored there. It'll be on my timeline. Lisa, I just cannot have anything unhealthy in the house. I had to give away the big bag of chocolate chips. I can't stop thinking about them and will eat them. Is what it is, and keep those things out of the house. I think it's fine, Lisa, to keep stuff out of the house, but don't tell yourself the reason why you're taking the chocolate chips out of the house is because you can't control yourself. Tell yourself the reason I'm taking the chocolate chips out of the house is because I'm choosing to not have to think about them the rest of the week. June 3rd. One feels great, one feels like ass. You're choosing a thought of deprivation. I can't handle it. I'm out of control. Something's wrong with me. I mean, that's where all that bullshit thinking goes. I don't care if you keep tempting foods in the house or not, but I want you to tell yourself a better story about it. I want you to say, you know what? Lisa don't want me thinking about chocolate chips all week, so she's just getting it out of here. Decision made, drama done. And that feels better. And it makes you feel in control because you took control. Versus saying, I got to get it out of here because I can't control myself. That's a terrible story to tell ourselves, right? But we all do it at times. Jill, when you eat the Dole salad mixes, do you eat the whole bag or half the bag for one meal? It depends on how hungry I am. I don't measure ever. Sometimes I do a whole bag. Sometimes I do about half. I will say this, I'd probably do about half, but I also put celery on my stuff. I put a lot of, I put beans, I'll put eggs, I'll put meat, I put, what else? Seeds. I put all kinds of stuff. I make a hearty bowl. So, but if I know I've got a lot of junk I'm going to be putting in my salad, then I only use a half a bag. If I'm just having the salad with maybe a protein, and that's going to really be it, then I probably do eat almost the whole bag. June 3rd was that podcast. So the girl that was asking earlier, if you will listen to the June 3rd podcast, that tells you how that whole thing was my methodology, guys. So if you're really interested in how do you lose weight without counting calories and stuff like that, go to the podcast and listen to the June 3rd episode of 2017. It is the whole webinar. I think I talked about how to eat without counting calories and lose weight. I also tell you how to identify when you're overeating and you're not, and what it's called and stuff. And there's like a couple other little things that I talk, like the importance of journaling and how to look at it without shaming yourself. A lot of people don't do food journals because they end up shaming themselves. So all of that's in that June 3rd podcast, and I would highly recommend it. That will give you a lot of great information and self-study that you can do on your own. All right, everybody, have a good week. I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.